Hello. Hey, y'all. How is it going? Hope that you're having a wonderful day. I'm going to get situated here. Got on my hat tonight. I'm waiting for Renee to come in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you are having a lovely week thus far. Join us tonight. Renee and I will be talking about the mental, physical, and spiritual causes of depression. And we will also be talking about ways to alleviate depression. And I know that you all saw in the caption, orgasmic conversations. So we are going to break down what orgasmic means in the context in which we're using it when we do these Facebook Lives. So we are waiting for Renee to come on in. Waiting for a few more people. Hello. Hey, cuz. Hey, cousin. How are you today, boo? I hope that you're having a good day. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm preparing to travel to New Orleans. I'm so excited. So I'm going to Atlanta, and then I'm going to New Orleans. And here now it is about to storm, and I'm super excited about that. It's been super hot here, and so we need some rain. There's Renee. So Renee, go ahead and send me the request, baby. I think I just got it. And I can, yep, here she comes. Renee is joining us, having a drink and watching my beautiful cousin. I love you too, boo boo. I love you so much. And we will catch up really soon, I promise. I've just been working. I've just been working a lot. So our time is coming, I promise. Hey, Renee.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Hold on, I'll be in Montgomery, Alabama next weekend with the boo. Come on, boo. I can't wait to meet your boo.
I want to beat your boo too, Marquez. Who's your boo?
Hey, hey, Renee.
Hey,
How are you, Mama?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm where I work.
Yeah.
Oh, so I can show you guys where I work. A lot of you know that I'm a tantric massage therapist. So this is my room. This is where I do the little massage,
Wow.
and we got a little shower right there. I don't know if you could see it.
Yes.
But there's a little massage bed right there, little shower box. We
Awesome.
got the music. So this is my little space. I
Um,
literally just finished work. So yeah.
yes, we have been busy bees.
Hey
It's so funny.
Tasha.
We have been busy
We
bees.
have been. We have been. I,
And
you
and
know what? I do want to say. I'm Yeah, I want to say, kudos to you, to both of us, because we both have some really intense schedules, constantly traveling, working, but
yeah,
we have been doing these lives consistently every Tuesday. Every once in a while, the time changes, but we've been quite consistent. And so it's good, today, like, Jasmine said, we're going to be talking about our new name. I'm excited. We came up with a
yay.
name for our lives, and we're going to talk about depression and the subconsciousness.
Yes.
So I know a lot of people are coming on. I want you guys
Welcome
to also let
everybody.
us know how is this time, because normally we do an hour earlier. So as you're coming in, we'll repeat this. Let us know if this is a better time for you, if you prefer the earlier time, so we could just make sure we have that. Also, if you know someone struggling with depression, or you have depression and you
Yes,
have some questions, please ask us.
yes. And tag them. Go ahead right now. If you know someone who can benefit from what we are about to discuss in this sanctuary, go ahead and tag them in this video. Tell them to tune in right now, because we want them to chime in and share their experiences as well. So go ahead, tag somebody, and we're going to get this conversation started. So we want to, hey, everybody, everybody's coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey.
Welcome to the sanctuary. Please be mindful that this is an open space, right? So we're sharing information and experiences, but please at any time feel free to share your experiences and ask questions, okay? So I know that many of
Yes, please.
you, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep. Now, I was just gonna say we really want this to be interactive. We have a lot of times where people are asking questions, and it's great. This is for men and women, and so so while people are coming on, and we have a lot of people on already. That's nice.
Turn
While
up.
people are coming on, let's talk about our new name. Do you want to share our new name, or shall I? You want to share? Hey,
I
KB.
do.
Hi, Ritama.
Hey y'all, we turning up tonight. Hey, welcome everybody. So orgasmic. All right, we'll go back to about
Yes, we are.
2013 when I met Renee in Brazil. We connected instantly. We had so many common interests,
Yes.
and we both just love to feel blissful. Now, what does that mean? We're human beings, right? And so we have down moments. We're not always perky and happy, and everything is not always rainbows and flowers, but we know that we have the power to transform our situations and to return to blissful energy. And
Yes.
so And so we started planning events in Brazil, and we would invite people to our events just to experience pleasure, not necessarily in a sexual sense, but just to experience different forms of pleasure through food and through dance and through music and conversation. And so we've just been doing this for a while now. So we were
Yes.
talking and like, what do we call our lives? Like, we need a name for our lives, and orgasmic conversations just came to the forefront. Now, what does that mean? When we have orgasmic conversations, we are talking about very real things that happen in our lives, like depression exists, anxiety exists, fear, all of these things that exist is part of the human experience. But when we have orgasmic conversations together, we are working to shift the energy into something that can be blissful and pleasurable for you as you continue your journey. So we're not saying that
Exactly.
we're not saying that we have to be happy and cheerful and joy, joy, joy all the time. That's not realistic because we need the light and the
Mm-hmm.
dark. We need the masculine and the feminine, ugly and pretty. But when we
Exactly.
have these
And
conversations, we are just reminding everybody that you have the power inside of you to shift
exactly.
energy at any given moment. So we
Exactly. And that was quite beautiful what you said. Hello, Zakia. That was
hey,
quite beautiful what you said because that is exactly what Tantra is all about. Tantra is about, putting those opposites together, the good and the bad, the happy, the sad.
mhm,
And really, a lot of my work with Tantra is about getting rid of those taboos. People hear Tantra and you automatically think about sex,
yeah,
tantric sex. But there's so much more. And when we were coming up with the name, we were trying to think of a name. Both Jasmine and I came up with the orgasmic conversation. It was so funny. We came up with some other stuff, but we were both thinking that. And one of the good things about using that name is also getting rid of that taboo, the
mhm,
taboo around sexuality, of talking about orgasms. And again, the orgasmic conversations, as she explained, is not just talking about orgasms, it's
yeah,
talking about everything in daily life
yes,
and helping you get to the point where you can accept wherever you are and actually feel whatever emotions, because we don't want to repress the emotions. And that's one
absolutely.
of the things that what Tantra is about. It's not about repressing anything. So if you're feeling angry, you're feeling sad, it's feeling it, releasing it, being thankful because it taught you something, those emotions. And so
Mhm.
that's what these orgasmic conversations are about, getting you to learn more things about your body, more things that we're going through. Like today, we're going to talk about depression. You can understand your mind, your body, and your soul. So that way we can work to the point where we can become more orgasmic. Just by being a tantric therapist, I have coming to me who don't have orgasms, specifically women. I have men too, or they suffer from depression or many different things, traumas, different things, and all of these things affect your orgasm. It affects you from, and when I think of orgasm, I want to be able to say that I'm thinking of an orgasmic life where you're just able to go with the flow of the experiences and
Mm-hmm.
not repress. So you can go through the emotions and then get to the point where you're feeling bliss and ecstasy. And
Absolutely.
again, it's not going to be every day. It's not going to be all the time, you know. And I think one of the common things about Jasmine and I, we always have a smile on our faces. So when you see us, we always have a smile, but it doesn't mean that we're always happy, you
Absolutely.
know. We're not always happy. And one of the things, I do want to share is that I did go through depression before, and no one ever knew. I never really spoke to anyone. I don't think I even really allowed myself to cry in front of people because I just
Mm-hmm.
grew up where I had to be strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now I cry all the time,
Woo.
and I don't even care. I'm like, I'll be boo-hooing. But and I realized that that's not a sign of weakness. And
Right.
for some, where we're created, where crying and showing your emotions and letting people know what you're feeling or going through is weakness, and it's not. How do
Absolutely.
you get help for something if you don't share what you're going through, if you don't express? Living here in Brazil, I have so many Brazilian people tell me, in the US, people say, "How are you doing?" But I don't feel like they really want to know how you do, care,
Mm-hmm.
or they really talk about, because they're like, "How you doing?" "I'm good," and then that's it. Whereas here in Brazil, people actually really go in and talk about what they're going through,
They talk a
what they're feeling.
lot.
And it's not that they want, hmm and it's not that pity or they want you to try to do something, but they're sharing and they're open,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that one way is necessarily better than the other, but it's different cultures, but we do have to learn to be able
Uh-oh. Renee? All right. She'll chime back
to
in.
trust that you trust and you can share with them. Is it going out?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys hear
Yeah,
me?
a little bit.
You can hear me?
You're back now. Yeah, you're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good, good.
Um,
Yeah, and so, so it's,
yeah, I
go ahead.
go ahead. I was just gonna say, no, I agree with you. I
Go
think
ahead, beautiful.
living in Brazil definitely brought me out of my shell because when I was so tight, I was so closed, and even being with if you're in space, you share it, and however it works, it's how it works out. And so I agree. I think I said it's time here, my happiness to normalize this, to normalize peace, normalize joy, even though you may be facing some times in your life. I feel like now through the
Mm-hmm.
media, music, that are put out, fear and tension and stress and anger, they're all normalized here in the United States. And those are definitely contribute to depression. It's so interesting because I guarantee you, you take a person out of the climate of the States right now and everything that's going on in the States and put them in another country like Brazil, I'm pretty sure that symptoms of depression would be alleviated. If not instantly,
Right.
symptoms would be alleviated. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that in order for us to heal, we need to have these types of conversations. I was diagnosed with depression at the age of 23, like full diagnosis. And telling me that she was taking
Mm-hmm.
medication, behavior, she was not living, but I definitely know she displayed symptoms of depression. Have these conversations in our family lineage and with our friends, we can get to the root of things. So now
Mm-hmm.
I look back on that diagnosis that was given to me, and I know that I suffered depression because of my life, because of my situation. Um, I was,
Right.
feeling like I was forced to certain way, trying to meet expectations, go to school, job, all these expectations. Depression for me. Oh, we lost Renee. And so it's just time for us to have a conversation. So please feel free to chime in, anybody. This is a safe space for you to share your experiences. We're talking about depression tonight, which is really a sensitive topic, but we are together as a community. So please feel free to share your experiences, okay? So we lost Renee. She'll be coming back soon. What I do want to say, so that everybody understands, I like to say understand why me and Renee do what we do. We both lived in Brazil. Renee still lives in Brazil. And while we were living in Brazil, we did a lot of work to heal. I like to say we died and we were reborn several times to heal and anxiety, because I moved to Brazil. So we worked with indigenous medicines such as ayahuasca and we did about Brazil. We learned about tantra. We learned about natural methods of healing the mind, body, and the spirit. And it was a beautiful experience. We supported it as a community. So now what we're doing here in the United States and beyond is sharing wisdom to us. I wanted to talk about depression tonight because we know that depression is real. We don't want to take away from anybody's experience. We know that depression is caused by spiritual factors, but we also know that depression is caused by physical factors. And so we just want to get together, figure out a way that we can alleviate. I don't know if anybody, okay, Renee's coming back on. I don't know if anybody saw the blog that I posted yesterday. It's called Getting to the Root of Depression. If you not read the blog, do so when you get a chance. You can find it on the subconscious mind. What is that? Mind is basically the part of our mind that stores all of our experiences. I mean, going back to the time when we were in our mother's womb, if you were in your mother's womb and your mother was depressed, or your mother was stressed, or your mother was experiencing any type of trauma, the subconscious mind means that you too will take on that trauma. And so if you have taken on that trauma or stress, you're born with it, it's stored in your subconscious mind. That energy then becomes a part of your reality. For different people, it manifests in different ways, okay? And so when we realize, hey, I have all of these memories, all of these experiences stored in my subconscious mind, awareness is the first step for you to take your power back, right? What I agree with westernized medicine sometimes is that we go to the doctor, we receive a diagnosis, we're given medication. However, we feel like it's so important for us to, okay, it says adding, Renee. We feel like it's so important for us to begin to delve deeper within ourselves so that we can take our power back, right? So, talking about the subconscious mind, if we go back to our childhood, right? There's actually people who do back to the time we were in our mother's womb. Go back to that or anxiety, trauma, we can then become more aware and we can take our power back. Okay? When we take our, oh, it's raining here. I think it's causing bad connection. All right, so it says it's adding you, Renee. It says it is adding you. I'm not quite sure. I'll cancel the ad and then try to come on. Having some connection problems there with us. But as I was saying, I think there's issues with the internet. But Renee's going to try to come on again, okay? So if we can delve into our subconscious mind, where we store our memories, our emotions, every memory is stored in the subconscious mind. If we become more aware of what is stored there, we then begin to take our power back. When we take our power back, when we become more aware of who we are as mental beings, physical beings, spiritual beings, emotional beings, having a human experience, when we begin to take our power back with awareness, okay, she's coming on, then we can begin to alleviate some of these symptoms that are associated with depression and anxiety. So I will say, speaking from personal experiences, I know that depression is an energy. Depression is an energy that stores itself in an aura. What is an aura? We all have an energetic field around us, right? If you take away this physical body, if you take away this, I was talking about trauma when we're in our mother's wombs. Hey, Renee, trauma when we're in our mother's wombs, right? When we're exposed to trauma when we're born. Like if you grew up and you heard your parents arguing all the time, you experienced very difficult situations growing up, that's a blow to the aura, right? Certain foods that we eat, the aura. So all of these ourselves and the environments around us, we can protect ourselves more and alleviate, if not eliminate, everything that comes with depression. Yeah, that was a lot. I was just talking about the aura and how depression, if we look at depression as being an energy, an entity, it changes things a bit. You know, one thing, so I'm very honest how I feel about very that makes it seem like they are depression. Like you are depressed. Depression is you. That's never the case. Depression is an energy. And if you communicate with that energy, and if you delve into that energy to get to the root of it, you take your power back.
Exactly.
And another thing is, I think that we've been taught to look at depression like it's a bad thing, it's a horrible thing. But depression is only a teacher. It comes to teach you about yourself. You know, it's masculine and feminine, light and dark, yin and yang. These are all energies that we need to navigate throughout our earthly experience. So it's all about perspective. I'm done talking. You there? Renee, can you hear me? I think she's having connection issues, y'all. So I want to hear from you all. What are your thoughts about depression? Does anybody have any? We'll try it again. Send me the request again, and I'll let you in. I'll let you in. Send me the request. Um, okay. So when we talk about orgasmic conversations and depression, we only mean acknowledging yourself, acknowledging your moods, right? Because your moods come to serve as messengers. All right, here we go. I'm letting you back in. Your different things throughout the day, and my mood is a reflection of that. And so instead of repressing what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, just be happy, just brush it under the rug. No, being orgasmic means being present in the moment with whatever you are feeling, whatever you are thinking, not judging it, but sometimes just observing it and allowing it to come to the surface. That's what we mean by being orgasmic, giving yourself the opportunity to be free and to express yourself how you need to. I always say that people go crazy and people do crazy things because they feel like they can't express themselves authentically, right? So when we say orgasmic, we giving yourself the opportunity to feel what you need to feel, to think what you need to think. Observers of our emotions and our feelings, and to learn the lessons from our emotions and from our feelings. They don't have to be our enemies, right? The spirit, the energy of depression, sadness comes, anger comes, confusion comes, stress comes, anxiety comes. But instead of looking at these emotions and feelings as enemies, they can be
Can you hear me? Oh, looks like it froze again.
no, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
you're
good.
there. You're
Oh,
there.
good. I
Yeah,
guess
I've been.
it's raining out here, so for some reason that internet is not good. So I missed pretty much most of what you said. Couldn't really hear
Yeah, I
anything, but
just
let me
been
chime
talking
in
about.
and say something.
Yeah, just been talking about the
But let
energy,
me
how
just chime
depression can
in.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just
Okay.
talking
Well, I'm just
about
gonna chime in. So I don't know if I'm gonna repeat anything you said or not, but if so, then it's good for people to hear it a second time. So
it.
so you just said you've been talking about the energy of depression. So some of the other things that happen with depression, there's been some studies that have actually shown that people with depression have a hippocampus, the part of the
Mhm.
brain. So I think that genetics is a big portion of it in your genes.
Mhm.
So people are a lot of people who are born with a smaller hippocampus are predisposed to feeling depression, or as opposed to someone who has a bigger one. That's a study that's been showed. But some other things in terms of like my work, what I work with, a lot of people that have depression will also have decreased oxytocin levels. So your hormones make a difference. So decreased oxytocin levels, decreased dopamine levels, and increased cortisol, because we talked about that with anxiety and stress. Those cortisol
Mhm.
levels are increasing, and you have that fight or flight stress response, and so that's increasing. The dopamine levels are decreasing. The oxytocin. So doing simple things, there's a few things that can help with you to feel better. If you're going through depression, raise those oxytocin hormone. So working out in the gym, and I don't know if you were about to like go into that, but I'm just kind of, I don't know when I'm going to go out, so I'm like just talking right now, bunch
Let
of
it
stuff.
go.
So working out in the gym is really good. Other things is touch, giving hugs, hugging people, and actually holding for good 3 minutes. We don't hug each other for a long time. We do that little, your butt is sticking out and it's quick, like you're just ready to run at a given moment, and acting the person. So truly giving a hug where you actually hug a good amount of time and you start to feel yourself melt, that naturally increases those hormones to make you feel good. Tantric
Mhm.
massage as well. Tantric massage, I work with that. It's proven that because of the touch, we're increasing those hormone levels. So that helps you to feel good. So even people
Mhm.
with depression, with chronic pain, receiving tantric massage, you feel really good. You feel better. You don't feel the pain. You don't feel depressed anymore. Orgasms is really, really
Mhm.
important as well, to increasing those oxytocin levels so that you can feel better. So, these are a
Yes.
few things. Medication. And I'm not saying if anybody's on medication, I'm not saying to get off of it. I know that when I was living on in the States, I was on medication as well, and I haven't had it in years, and I haven't had any bouts in over 10 years. But I've done big things too is not drinking alcohol. Alcohol does not help at all, with
Mm-hmm.
depression. Changing your diet, changing, we can't all go out and move to a whole nother country, but there are things that you can do where you live. You could, increase
Absolutely.
your exercise regimen, change your diet, decrease your alcohol intake, touch
Yes,
more, go to cuddle
yes,
parties. You know what? Actually, we
yes.
need to do a cuddle party.
That's on
Somebody
the
told me I need to do
agenda.
a cuddle party. Go to a cuddle party where you're hugging something, you can feel that. Um,
Yeah.
there's different meditations that will help sound healing. There's so many different things. Hi, Sherilyn. Thanks for coming. I have a bad connection. It might be mine and not
We
yours.
all do tonight.
Or maybe we just all have bad connections.
We're making it work. Though.
What we could do.
I I agree, and I think opening up the dialogue, having these type of conversations. I think some people with depression, so many people, because I did it for a long time, we deal with depression in silence, right? Because of
Mm-hmm.
expectations that have been placed on us, whether it be expectations to be a husband or a wife or a partner or a boss or a mother or whatever. I think so many people suffer in silence, man. But during this human experience, I think that we will all experience depression at some point. You know, it's okay where lives, it makes a huge difference. I always like to say during this human experience, there is absolutely nothing that we should be ashamed about. We are
Right.
having a human experience which comes with a lot. We lose, gain, we feed, we fail. So much comes with this experience. And so we want to go through a myriad of emotions, including those that are related to depression. So
Mm-hmm.
an open dialogue and really changes things. I know for a lot of people who grew up in the black community, um, we grew up right. So what you sad today, you still better get up and go to work. Don't nobody care about you being sad. Brush it off and be strong. But sometimes it's okay to not be so strong.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's okay to just cry and wail. I had a
Right.
wailing fest this week. And it's about orgasms, orgasmic energy. We are again just giving ourselves permission to be defined orgasmic energy, being
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, even the dark moments. And that's another thing. Um, grew up in the Christian, I grew up in this church, and I grew up learning that feeling anything that was dark, right? You need to pray. You need to pray about it because that's something evil. That's something dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, really a human moment that I'm having that I need to be present with. So I think we just have to learn how to stick emotions instead of um, or attaching something that's horrible to them. They're yeah. Renee, you there? Nene,
I'm here. I'm here,
you
but
there?
it's going in and out. So I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's going in and
yeah.
out. So um, I can only kind of hear a little bit of what you were saying is going in and out.
All
See
right.
Leonardo. Hi, Renee. Nice
Well,
to meet you.
um,
I'm Jasmine's friend. I added you on Facebook recently. You both girls look great. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Maybe I can catch you next time, Sherilyn. Yes. So I'm actually at work, and I don't know why. Normally the connection is really good here, but it is raining. So I think
Yeah.
that's the problem. Um, we'll see. Um, Hopefully next week is better, but it's part of it. Um, so but yeah,
Stay live.
now I can. What do you say? Yeah, so
Stay live.
it was kind of going in and out, so I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly everything you said, but you looked great while you were talking. Like Leonardo said, you look
Right.
beautiful, you look
Right.
amazing.
You got it.
So, yeah, yeah. So I know, I guess I'm imagining you spoke a lot about the different causes of depression. About you saying something about the mother's your mother's womb, and I don't know
Yeah.
everything that you said, but um, just kind of going back to that was some time. It's really important because a lot of times, and this is good for people, for parents who plan on having, or couples who plan on having, in that you're very conscious of what you're saying, the mom or the dad when you're around the mom, because when she's pregnant and the baby's in your stomach, that child is absorbing all of what they're hearing, what the mom is feeling, even what the dad is feeling. And
Yeah.
so if you're going through a depression or you're angry or you're upset and you guys are arguing, all of that energy is being transformed and transferred into that child, so as well, know. And so,
Mm-hmm.
so it's so important. It's so important to really just be very mindful of that. Some other causes as well. Sometimes the diet, I talked about the diet too, but in terms of the causes, we don't think about that what we're eating, what we're putting into our body might be causing that, might be causing depression. And so sometimes we have allergies that we don't even know we have, and so sometimes people have a gluten allergy, a gluten sensitivity, and they don't even know it because it's not any specific severe symptoms, but you're feeling tired all
Mm-hmm.
the time. You don't have any energy. You can't go, the doc, you go to get a mental health evaluation. The doctor might just think it's depression, but it might really
Yeah.
be your body reacting to the thing. And so, one of the important things is if you're going through this, try changing your diet and like go for a good month where you've taken out a lot of different things and you're eating natural, organic, and see how you begin to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Go 2 months if you're starting to feel good. Go 2 months and see how you feel. Then slowly start bringing things back in. Then that way you can try to identify what might be causing it. Or
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to bring back in stuff you were eating if you're feeling so great. And that's one of the things I notice, for me, when I am doing my it's been horrible lately, but when I am like eating vegetarian, actually without the dairy, I
Mm-hmm.
feel a lot better. I feel a lot lighter, feel a lot happier. But
Mm-hmm.
the more that I'm eating meat and drinking, it weighs me down. And so those really
Mm-hmm.
do have an effect on you. So it's just about really being conscious of the thoughts coming through, conscious of what you're
Just,
putting in your body,
mm,
conscious of the news. We're constantly watching the news and it's sad, it's depressing news. All of those things are entering inside of us and it's affecting your mind. It's affecting your,
mm-hmm.
your your spirituality. So it's really about saying, okay, I'm going to limit all of these different things that I'm ingesting in my body via eyes, via ears, via mouth, via touch. So we really have to be conscious of what we're ingesting through the different senses. Yeah.
That we be more present. Be present with ourselves, right? Like, be
Mm-hmm.
present when you're eating food. When you're eating food, I learned, when I was learning about Tantra, and I learned so much from you. Tantra teaches us how to be present with ourselves and with
Yes.
others, right? So when we're eating food,
Yes.
slowing down to be present with that food.
Mm-hmm.
What type of thoughts are we thinking when we eat that food? When we're watching television, how is what I'm watching making me feel? Does it make me feel good? Does it make me feel around people? How do those people impact my mood? Is their energy uplifting for me? Being present with ourselves, listening to ourselves is within itself. I think in such a fast-paced society, just sitting down our breath experiences. Um, describe so they do their job. It's our responsibility to find what works for us. You Living in well, I can only speak for myself. Growing up, there was a world that I was expected to create, and there was a world that I needed to create that worked for me, mind, body, and spirit. And I think when we
Mm-hmm.
really find what works for us, and that takes change, but finding what works for us, mind, body, and spirit, can eliminate a lot of physical health issues and mental health issues. To me, depression a lot of the times just comes from, and there's also genetic and some other physiological causes of depression. But if you give a person the space to are the body, um, so yeah, yeah. So one thing I know, I know we talk about how people can identify depression specifically for men and women, and I feel like for men, depression is not always a hot topic, right? It's not something that's talked about as much, I feel, as it's talked about with women. And for men, what are your thoughts? You say my author?
I can't hear. What did you say? Did you? Hello?
I'm
I
here.
can't hear
Symptoms.
anything. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can. Symptoms of depression for men. Bam. Symptoms of depression for men.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's talk about
Oh, okay.
that.
Are you asking me that, or were you? Or, oh, you. Let's talk about that. Okay. Let me chime in a little bit, since you can hear me now until I go out. So
Hey
that's
everybody.
really good.
Hey
Yeah, because we
everybody
talk a
who
lot
just came
about
in.
women.
Sorry.
Everybody who just came in, that's okay. So for men, a lot of times depression can actually look like anger,
Mm,
because they express it differently. So that's interesting. So if you're angry, you can be upset, yelling, like looking frustrated, but that can actually be depression. Because
mhm.
they're wired a little wired, but also created a little bit differently from the parents. So
Yeah.
so because of that, it kind of shows itself in a little bit different way. Trying to connection probably will be back again a lot better. Yeah, there's only one real connection here. I have my mobile as well, Wi-Fi in the house, and it's not at work. So they're both on. So it should be going back and forth if it's out on one. I don't know. Um, Also for men, because they're supposed to be like the breadwinner, conditioned to be the breadwinner, to bring it home, so bring money home, take care of their family. So sometimes just love this American accent thing. Sometimes you could see it as them like not really being able to provide, not being able to do, and then but they don't understand that but they don't have the energy to go to work. They don't have the creativity to do something different, to find a way out, and so it's almost like they're shutting down, and so so you won't see that production. It also affects the their relationships because they're not going to be touching their partner as much. Maybe they're not going to have the energy or feel like making love with their partner. The libido is going to go down, and so it just creates this cycle where because now they don't have any energy, they don't have a libido, they're not wanting to have sex, touch, or to be touched. They're not productive, even more and more depressed. So it can kind of just spiral and just become big, it yelling and screaming out of that frustration. So those are some with working with men who.
And I think also too, I'm yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's a healthy thing when we're not codependent on it, right? They have trying to be over masculine. We know that with depression comes a lot of emotions, but those emotions are just even though we all respond to the world in different ways, we all have so much. We all want love. We all want to be nurtured. We all want to feel safe. And we all want to be protected in some form or fashion. And I think sometimes for men, it's not as easy for them to experience um, let's talk a little bit about, and men, please feel free to chime in. We're learning. We're learning from your experiences, so please feel free to share. Let's talk about symptoms for women. Symptoms of depression for women. Um, Let me type this here. So, symptoms of depression for women. I know withdrawal. Women a lot of the times tend to withdraw when they are experiencing depression because I can't speak for all women, but sometimes women are expected to be the nurturer and the caregiver, and they represent motherly energies in so many different aspects. And so sometimes it might not be as easy for us to have somebody to provide that energy. Sometimes women have tendencies to withdraw. Um, Renee, did you see the question? You there? Can you hear me?
Um, I can hear you a little bit. It's like going in and out. But I
Okay.
did hear
All
you
right.
say
So,
about let's talk about women. Well, I read let's talk about women, and I heard
yes,
withdraw, but that's it.
withdraw. Yes, withdrawing. And women are very emotional. Like we're intuitive and super emotional, right? And so maybe I want to say not erratic, but imbalanced emotions, right? Extreme emotions
Hmm.
can be a symptom of of depression, not being able to balance the emotions. Like I was saying earlier, we experience so many different emotions. I know for me throughout the day, always be able to find some type of balance with the emotions that we are experiencing. Um, so withdrawal, imbalanced emotions for women. Can you think of any other?
Yeah, not being social, not, wanting to go out with friends or family, kind of, I guess that's that withdrawing, right? But just kind of becoming a hermit, being in your home and with yourself, not really having that energy, lack of energy to go out and do things or be around people, because that can be draining. Sleeping in bed for long periods of
Mm-hmm.
time and not being able to get up or go to work, no energy to walk or to exercise, so that's really hard because exercise
Yeah,
is a thing that's going to help you to get out of that depression as well, and that's so important.
absolutely.
um, yeah, yeah.
I think
So
too.
those are some big things, and just like what I said for men is that lack of libido as well. That affects women as well, and so
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I have a lot of women who message me that they just don't have any desire whatsoever to be with their partner, to make love
Mm-hmm.
to their partner. So then it's affecting their relationship as well. So for everyone, pretty much, depression is going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect your desires, your energy to be able to go out, to be social, to be around people, to work, to be productive. And so sometimes it's just so subtle that you might not even recognize it. Sometimes
Yeah.
you might, it's so subtle, but you feel like, okay, why am I tired? Why don't I feel like going out? But you're not having any other symptoms. But that could be just like a very low grade of
Mm-hmm.
depression, you know?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I
Yeah,
think too, you touched on it earlier, Renee. I've heard that more than 80% of women do not experience orgasms when they are intimate with their
right,
partners.
right.
More than 80%, and to me, that's a
That's a
form
large amount.
yeah, that's a form of depression. And depression not only affects the mind, it affects the
Or that will
organs,
cause
right?
it. That will cause it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. We
yeah,
store
yeah.
depression in our organs, in our bodies, in our
Organs, yes.
wombs. Hmm.
Yes. And that's actually, that you said that. Hey, Tiffany, now that you say that, I'm actually doing a free webinar on August 27th and August 28th to actually work with the organs. It's sound meditation to heal, the different emotions that we have within our organs. And so many of us, you know, we have this depression, we have these different emotions, and we just don't know how to get rid of it, how to deal with it. So meditation, the sound healing works really well. Sound healing, listening to Jasmine sing. Oh my God, you will come out of a depression. She has an amazing voice. Girl, you know you do. Um,
I received it. I received
is just amazing. So, does heal. Meditation heals as well. So I'm going to write it in this link, August 27th and 28th, August 28th and 29th, the 28th at
it.
1 p.m. and the 29th at 7 p.m. East, free online webinar on how to heal the body and the organs to unleash the orgasm. So come, it's free, it's an hour long. Let's do it. I want to see you there. And we're going to go more in depth about this.
Trust me, you will get it. So I'll include the link for Renee's webinar in the caption. All you have to do is register.
Mm-hmm.
It's free. We've talked about depression, the causes of depression, and ways to alleviate depression. And I really just feel like, it's just time to normalize living. If we normalize living, then we don't have shitty days, or that we don't feel shitty days, but we also know that it is our birthright to be able to experience bliss and pleasure. And that doesn't always have to come through the sexual activity, although that too. But experiencing pleasure through the foods that we eat, the music that we listen to, taking a hot bath, having a good conversation, just maintaining a healthy
Yes.
balance because we're going to experience stress. We're going to experience sadness and anger and confusion, but we can also experience joy and bliss and happiness and peace to create a healthy balance. And we don't have to go far and out of our way to do this. Sometimes it comes with thinking a conscious thought, a conscious thought. And something as
Mm-hmm.
simple as smelling this grapefruit, right? That brings me
Yes.
pleasure. Little things
Mm-hmm.
that we can normalize again. You know, I know probably in our society, in our country right now, the rates of depression are probably super high. Why? Because on the television war. When we get on Facebook, somebody's arguing. like,
Mm-hmm.
right now it's just everything is very political and people are super sensitive. And so I'm quite sure that rates of depression are really
Oh yeah.
high. And pharmaceutical companies are making a lot of money.
Of
Could this
course.
all
And
be
that's
connected?
and that's the aim. The it's all about making money. So they keep putting drugs
Mhm.
out there to make money. It's not to cure you. It's not to heal you. It's to mask the symptoms. Then it creates a wealth of other side effects. You know, you have dry mouth. You start to have problems with your liver, problems with your kidneys, all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
And it's just about making money, and that's what that's about. And you
Mhm.
bombarded with all of these different things, these images in the
Mhm.
news, these fighting on social media, all of these things. And this is why going to a retreat actually helps you. It can help jump start you from getting out of that depression.
Absolutely.
And what happens when you go away to a retreat, you get to be with yourself. You get to get away from all of the news, the social media, all of those different
Mhm.
things, all of those negative energies that you're being bombarded with that makes you stressed, that makes you depressed. And you get to have time to become more focused, more present, more conscious,
Mhm.
and you get to hear yourself. You get to not only hear yourself, but you hear your body and you
Yes.
connect with your body and you start to be in nature. And that's one of the beautiful things about these retreats in Brazil. We're in nature. You have the quiet, you have the trees, the woods, you have the beaches, and it's so healing. And it's a beautiful place. And this is sometimes we need to kind of get out so you can
Absolutely.
see, okay, this is me in my natural state. How can I now
Mhm.
make these changes? You're eating healthier. You're not all of the processed food like you're used to eating in the States, or, you're eating more naturally organic foods, not processed, fresh juices, freshly squeezed juices. They don't
Mhm.
have grapefruit there, but that grapefruit, they actually do, but it's hard to find the nice freshly squeezed drinks, juices. Since I've been here, I
Yeah.
can't drink orange juice in the States anymore because I'm like,
Sugar.
that is not orange juice.
Sugar.
And once you
You
drink like,
look.
and all kinds of other chemicals and stuff in there. Once you drink
Mhm.
apple juice, like real apple juice, real orange juice, oh my God. I don't even buy the whenever I'm in the States, the store box juices anymore. And so it's like all of those things, all of the chemicals from the pesticides, all of the things that they're putting in the food, those are things that's
Mhm.
also cause stress. So when you can get out of that and actually allow your body to detox, you can go back with
Yes.
a clear mind, feeling better, feeling healthier, feeling alive. So,
Mhm. And returning, like you
if
said.
you haven't, message one of us, contact us. We have the early bird special. The early bird pricing is until the end of September for the Sacred
You have
Sister Soul
time.
Retreat. So you have time. Don't wait though. Don't wait until the last minute because things come up, things happen. It's only a $300 deposit. Put in your deposit today, and every trust in the universe, things work out so that you can do it. The money comes. You
Mhm.
just have to. You have to say, I am ready to invest in me. I am ready to get out of this rat race that I'm in right now. I'm ready to like my senses from the food, from the
Yes,
processed food, from the news, from the social media, and just take time for me. This is the best investment
absolutely.
that you can do for yourself.
Absolutely. And we get to
Yes.
be our authentic selves. That's what these streets are about. Like, you and non-judgmental living with holistic. So we're focusing on loving the mind. We're focusing on the body. We're focused on loving the spirit. And we're focused on returning to self. You is inside of you and is out of you. Retreats that help you to connect with what is already inside of you. You are the medicine. You are the retreat, and to continue to build community. And so we have the Sacred Sister Soul Retreat coming up in April of 2020. That retreat is specifically for women, women of color. We are going to be exploring Brazil, going to be doing tantra, some Reiki, indigenous medicine, and then we also retreat coming up in August of 2020. And that retreat is for all people, totally open. Same concept, tantra, Reiki, everybody. And we will be part. When you choose to become more aware, when you choose to get to know you better, you take your power back. And that's what our retreats are all about, you taking your power back.
Yes.
Um, so I will leave websites in the caption. Check out information. When it comes to depression, if you have been diagnosed or if you are experiencing, yes, taking your power back, if you are experiencing any of the symptoms that we talked about, evaluation of your life. Are you living the life that you want to live? Are you creating
Yes.
the life that you want to create? And if you are not, what is getting in the way of that happening? Ask
Mm-hmm.
yourself those very honest questions, and then you start to take your power back, piece by piece.
Yes.
Your retreats can help you to do the rest.
Yes. Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm gonna just leave with a Toni Morrison quote. I don't know if I'm gonna say it exactly right, but it's basically this. I love her quote where she says, um, "Being free is one thing.
Mm.
Claiming your freedom, not
Ooh,
only
wow.
taking your power back, but claiming your freedom. Because we are here meant to be free, but we're not because of all of these things that's holding us back, that's weighing us down. So let's take our power back and let's claim our freedom. Jasmine just told you about
Yes.
both of our retreats in 2020. Let's do it. Both of them have the deposits of 300 in yourself. Take and I'm out because there is this internet in and out. But I think it's been
Well,
great
I
from what I've
love you.
heard. What I heard. And you've looked beautiful. Thank you,
You
everyone who has
too.
been. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who came in and watched. Hello, Nirva. Love you guys. Thank you for being here, for watching. We're going to be doing these orgasmic conversations every Tuesdays, right? If this time is better or not. We're going to either do this time or an hour before. Uh,
Hmm.
let us know. Let us know. And I have received we have been receiving comments, feedback from people, outside of here. So that's great. So continue talking to us.
Yes.
If you have any questions about the retreats, send us a message, private message us. We can set up a phone call, talk to you, answer any of your questions.
Hmm.
We can, there's payment plans. We can work out whatever to make sure you're there. We're in not for the money. We're in this difference. We're in this because we truly know what life could be like in a different way. Share that with other people. We want to see you different. So connect with us, send us message, you know, and we'll make sure you get there. Let's do this.
Yes, we will. It's a way to work some magic, baby.
Yes,
Magic is everywhere. So all we need is
exactly.
commit, then the rest is worth more than a dollar. It really is. Um, we love y'all, and thank you for tuning in again. We'll be here every Tuesday doing this. So we want you to be a part of the conversation and let us know what it is that you want to talk about as it pertains to holistic health, the health of the mind, the body,
Yes.
and the spirit. Keep us informed. We love y'all.
Love you
Watch
too.
this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch how good
Bye.
this
Have a good night.
is. Oh, wait. Everybody watch. Little thing. I'm about to eat this. Ah. Mm, Bye, y'all.
Bam. Love you, girl.
Love you
You're just as
too.
crazy as I am. That's beautiful. All right.
Beijo.
Ciao.
Tchau.
Beijos.